For years, we've been told that there was only one way to make movies. You needed a major Hollywood studio, hundreds of millions of dollars, and the approval of the same industry insiders who kept telling audiences what they should like instead of listening to what they actually want. Now, Elon Musk is throwing a grenade into that ecosystem. After months of criticizing Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, the world's richest man isn't just talking anymore. He's claiming that his AI platform, Grok, will create a full-length, historically accurate adaptation of Homer's epic before the end of this year. And if that wasn't enough, he also says he'd be willing to finance an entirely different version directed by Mel Gibson. Hollywood's response? Mockery, outrage, and plenty of people insisting that honoring the culture behind one of Western civilization's greatest stories somehow misses the point. Today, we're breaking down Musk's ambitious promise, Hollywood's reaction, and why this debate is about far more than just The Odyssey. It's about who gets to decide how our greatest stories are told. And we're going to talk about it today on the M4 Empire.
We are the M4 Empire. We are the M4 Empire.
Well, Elon Musk is putting his money where his mouth is. It looks like the world's richest man has had enough of Christopher Nolan and his historically inaccurate Odyssey. He is determined to make his own, whether he does it the normal way or whether he does it through AI. It looks like it might be happening. Elon Musk, here from thatparkplace.com, written by me. Elon Musk claims he can make a fully AI, historically accurate version of the Odyssey this year using Grok, but says he's also down to fund a Mel Gibson adaptation of the Odyssey, which, you know, a lot of people have been calling for since the Christopher Nolan Odyssey has come out. So let's see what this is here. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey may be dominating the box office right now, and I know, guys, I know a lot of you don't like the movie. I don't like the movie, but we cannot ignore the objective reality that it is succeeding at the box office. We will see how that goes this weekend. They're actually predicting a minuscule drop off, like 34%, which is insane. But next weekend, I think, is going to be the true test, because that's when Spider-Man No Way Home comes out. That's when it's going to be losing all of the Dolby theaters. It's going to be losing the 4DX theaters. So that's going to be a big blow to their profitability. But we'll see. He has to make $700 million to break even. And I'm hearing that Christopher Nolan actually gets 20% of the gross, like not even like the net, just of the gross box office. So, and if that's true, that is pretty gross, and it's going to make profitability practically impossible. But now Elon Musk is promising to make his own version of Homer's epic using artificial intelligence, and says he'd even be willing to bankroll an entirely separate adaptation from Braveheart and Passion of the Christ director Mel Gibson. These latest comments represent another escalation in Musk's months-long criticism of Nolan's adaptation, which has become one of Hollywood's biggest films of the year, despite controversy surrounding several of its casting decisions and story decisions. On X, Musk shared a 3-minute AI-generated scene depicting Odysseus and the nymph Calypso, created with Grok Imagine, before making an even bolder promise. So this person shared this, and then Elon shared it and said, before this year ends, Grok Imagine will make a full-length movie of the Odyssey that is historically accurate and true to the art of Homer. Let's see if we can take a look at this. All right, it's going to bring us to X. So let's have a look over here on X. Yep. All right. Let's have a look at what this is like.
The sea will take you from me.
I will return. I left my one love.
Well, he certainly looks Greek.
An oath called me. Troy. Troy fell. We killed everything.
This is insane. Like, look at like the image quality. You know, it almost even looks like it's like Spartacus. Like it's like at the same, like produced in the same era.
The sea took my ships, my men. 9 days adrift. Now here I am, stranded with something eternal. She never ages. Neither do I here.
I cannot believe this is AI. Like, this is what Grok Imagine can do? Why is it that when I try to use Grok to create video clips, they all look like crap?
And still I dream of home. Gods, let me go.
Send him home.
Is there an angel there? Is this supposed to be Hermes?
Odysseus. Odysseus.
"7 years I have kept you here. Weep no more, I am letting you go. Build your raft. Be free."
You mean some other thing, not my passage. Swear it.
What a schemer you are. By Styx itself, I mean no harm to you.
Interesting.
Then at first light, I cut the timber.
Look, like the actual dialogue is like, you know, elevated dialogue. I really enjoy that aspect of this. And you know, it actually looks legitimate.
Or stay.
They're pointing out here that Calypso was actually holding him against his will, which is a thing in the original. Not like Charlize Theron, who, as Gary from Nerdrotic called her in his video review, a 60-year-old woman with plastic surgery.
Keep this house.
Charlize Theron was drugging him and making him forget everything.
Be ageless. Forever. Is she worth all this grief? Your Penelope. I am not less than her.
And still,
Like the eye contact, the consistency between the shots. I'm actually like really impressed with how far this has come.
every day, all I want is home. My wife. My own halls. I know you can understand that.
Huh.
At least I think you can.
Please just come out of the sun. One more night under my roof.
Okay.
Okay is a weird choice. That probably should have been like very well or as you wish or I shall, not okay. All right, so here's my thing. I think that this looks great as a short. I don't know how a feature would look for something like this. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that being a feature. But I would say he later doubled down with another post declaring Grok Imagine Odyssey will be fire. Whether Grok Imagine can actually generate a coherent feature-length film by the end of the year remains to be seen. Current AI video tools have made rapid advances, but maintaining consistent characters, performances, environments, and storytelling over a feature-length runtime remains one of the industry's biggest technical challenges. The thing that I was really excited by the idea of was that he also said that he's down to fund a Mel Gibson version. Now, Musk didn't stop with AI. After one ex-user suggested Mel Gibson should get $100 million from Musk to direct a painstakingly authentic adaptation, he replied. So this guy here, John Carter, said, I want Elon Musk to give Mel Gibson $100 million to film an Odyssey adaptation with painstakingly historically accurate ships, armor, weapons, and casting, with all dialogue taken straight from the original poem and delivered in Homeric Greek. And Elon Musk responded, I'm down. Man, it must be insane to have that kind of money where, like, you could just do things like this out of spite. Now, look, do I think Elon is actually going to do this? No. Mel Gibson has not said that he wants to do it. I don't think Mel Gibson would invite the vitriol and the anger that this would produce. I don't know of any studio that would be willing to do another Odyssey adaptation right now, while Christopher Nolan's is achieving so much success. Because any follow-up Odyssey by Mel Gibson would be viewed as a counter Odyssey. It would be viewed as a protest film, in a sense. And I don't think any theater, I don't think any studio, Universal produced the Nolan one. I can't see Warner Brothers or even Paramount, or especially not Disney, trying to challenge that and trying to be the protest film for the Odyssey. So we might have to settle for Musk's AI version, which, I mean, I'm sure would be entertaining in a lot of ways, but I don't know if the technology is going to be there to do it. I also don't know how I feel about that. I wouldn't want that released in theaters, but just as like a, hey, here's this thing, it's online, it's The Odyssey, it's by Elon Musk and Grok. I would watch that like on my computer or on my TV at home. I would not go to a theater for something like that. But you've got the idea of a Mel Gibson adaptation. Now, again, Mel Gibson has never said he wants to do it. People have just said they want Mel Gibson to do it because, you know, this is the guy that did Passion of the Christ and had everything in ancient Aramaic, which was incredible. I'm actually really upset that Passion of the Christ 2 is going to be, it's not called Passion of the Christ 2. It's called The Resurrection of the Christ, is going to be in English, apparently. They're not doing the Aramaic anymore, and they're recasting everyone, which I understand. It's been like 20 years. So, you know, I do get having to recast from Jim Caviezel, but I don't like the idea of them not doing it in Aramaic. So, this is, of course, a long-running dispute here. Musk's comments did not emerge from nowhere. Months before Nolan's film reached theaters, Musk criticized the casting of Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy, arguing that the decision sacrificed historical authenticity. He also criticized Christopher Nolan directly, claiming the Oscar-winning filmmaker had lost his integrity. Those comments quickly became one of the internet's biggest flashpoints surrounding the film's release, helping fuel an ongoing debate over whether adaptations of ancient historical and mythological settings should prioritize historical authenticity or modern casting philosophies. But rather than let this conversation fade after the movie's successful opening weekend, Musk has now attempted to move it into an entirely different arena by proposing an AI-generated alternative. Now, of course, this did not go unnoticed. Colman Domingo, while hosting Jimmy Kimmel Live, basically mocked Elon Musk for this. He said, of course, this is all because Elon and his Musketeers are upset over diversity casting of The Odyssey. And I don't want to get technical here, but you can't make a historically accurate version of something that is totally made the F up. Really, then why was the Hollywood media praising Disney for its authentic representation in Moana? Give me a break, Colman Domingo, you absolute moron. Like, at the end of the day, you cannot say that diversity matters in fantasy settings, but then also not allow it in others. If they had put a white dude into Moana, if they had cast anyone in Moana that was not authentically Polynesian, there would have been an explosion. I think the fact that The Rock is half black is the only reason why we're not getting, though, there were no black people in this movie. But yeah, it is rules for thee and not for me, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of pretending it's not the hypocrisy that it is. Supporters of Musk's position have generally framed the debate differently. Rather than arguing that the supernatural event should be treated as literal history, they argue that human cultures, clothing, architecture, geography, military equipment, and ethnic populations depicted in adaptations that came out of specific cultures should still reflect the civilizations that produce the story. It's a concept it should be noted that Musk critics support when the project is something like Moana. At the end of the day, it is not bad to want to have your your cultural mythology reflect the culture that it came from. I don't think that's asking too much. Just trying to say, oh, because it's fantasy, because it didn't actually happen. It's still a uniquely Greek story. It's still a celebration of Greek culture. It's still important to Greeks. And honestly, I think it goes beyond, even just Lupita Nyong'o, Elliot Page, things like that, Travis Scott. I think Matt Damon doesn't look Greek at all. Anne Hathaway doesn't look Greek. Tom Holland doesn't. No one in this cast is Greek, which is ridiculous. They should look like the people that they are portraying. It's ridiculous that we have to even have this conversation. And they'll all point to like, well, what about John Wayne playing Genghis Khan? That was also terrible. I don't think anyone's arguing that was good. No one's arguing that Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra was right. No one's arguing. They're pointing out, oh, well, no, we didn't hear you guys when Gods of Egypt was. No, we heard you guys. We heard you guys screeching about how Gods of Egypt was whitewashed. And guess what? Everyone agreed with you. Everyone pretty much historically was against the movie Gods of Egypt because it whitewashed everybody. Whitewashing's not good. We're not you, okay? We're not saying that, the one, adding the diversity is bad, but whitewashing is good. We're not saying that. We're saying we want authenticity in storytelling. You guys are the ones who are saying whitewashing is bad, but doing this, like what they did with The Odyssey, is good. So don't come at any of us with any of this nonsense bullshit, okay? Absolutely not. Now, this, of course, this is going, if Elon does make this Odyssey, it is going to create a major controversy because of AI versus Hollywood, the ongoing war that is happening with these technological advances. Regardless of where audiences land on casting, Musk's announcement raises the interesting question of, can AI eventually compete with traditional Hollywood filmmaking? Now, Christopher Nolan has previously expressed skepticism about AI replacing filmmakers. Of course he has, arguing that audiences remain quick to reject obviously AI-generated content. Musk clearly believes otherwise. And guys, I honestly think that over time, audiences will come to accept this, because it's going to happen. These studios are doing it. Like, the studios out there are already adapting this technology and using generative AI. It's only a matter of time. And people can raise their pitchforks all they want. But at the end of the day, this is happening. Like, it's that Family Guy, this is happening, make peace with it. That's what it is. And if we don't do it, China will, and you'll have all of these AI movies coming out of China. So, at the end of the day, this is going to happen. So maybe The Odyssey, a timeless 3,000-year-old story, is exactly what needs to be the first AI epic. So I don't know. We'll find out. Of course, rather than simply criticizing Nolan's adaptation, Elon is effectively proposing two competing futures for adapting classic literature, one powered by rapidly advancing technology, and another potentially rooted in practical filmmaking and historical reconstruction under a director like Mel Gibson, who is famous, of course, for, he's famous for a lot of things, but one of the things he's famous for is his love of historical reconstruction. So whether either project ever materializes remains uncertain, but after spending months criticizing the Odyssey, Musk has now signaled he isn't content with simply commenting from the sidelines. He's openly suggesting that if Hollywood won't produce the version he wants to see, he'll try to make it himself. And yes, when you're Elon Musk, when you're a trillionaire, it is easy to just say, hey, I'm fine, I'll do it myself, like Thanos. But honestly, we're always told by like these muckety muck elites where they're just kind of like, well, if you don't like it, produce your own thing. And then when you go to actually try to produce your own thing, you try to write your book, you try to make your movie, they have a problem with that because they don't actually want you to do it. They want their version to be the only thing. They don't want you out there, trying to take away their spotlight. So guys, if you are sitting on a story right now, if you are unhappy with the state of Hollywood, the state of comic books, the state of books, listen to these words and take them to heart. Do it. Write your book. Write your comic. Draw your comic. Find an artist if you can't draw. Write your screenplay. Film your movie. Make it happen. Be the change that you want to see in Hollywood. Create it has never been easier. So just, if I can borrow a line from Shia LaBeouf, just do it. It's also a line from Nike. But guys, I'm serious. If this is what you want to do, if you want change to happen, if you truly want to change the world, of pop culture, then make your own thing. Make it happen. Do it. Whether you think AI is ready for this or not almost doesn't matter. The bigger story here is that someone with Elon Musk's resources is openly challenging Hollywood's monopoly on big budget filmmaking. For decades, if you didn't like what the studios were making, your only option was to complain. Now, we're facing an era where billionaires, independent creators, and eventually even ordinary people with powerful AI tools may be able to produce competing versions of stories that Hollywood no longer has exclusive control over. Now, that's a future that terrifies a lot of people in the entertainment industry, because competition means that audiences suddenly have a choice. And that's really what this whole debate is about. Not just Christopher Nolan, not just The Odyssey. It's about whether Hollywood gets to remain the gatekeeper of culture, or whether technology is finally about to break those gates wide open. One way or another, the next few years are going to change filmmaking forever. And if Elon Musk manages to pull off even a fraction of what he's promising here, this may be remembered as one of the first shots fired in that battle. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the little bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop. From all of us here at the M4 Empire, I thank you for your attention, and we'll catch you in the next one.
We are the